14 laps and 28 karts then for this, the Minimax pre-final. It's going to be Raphael Renhofer on the front row alongside Thomas Stolkemanes, Daniel Sugar and Marcel Reisenberger on row 2, Linus Henson and David Lackner on row number 3, Filip Jenic and Yakov Sokolov in 7th and 8th respectively, Martins Janovskis and Charlie Wirtz rounding out the top 10, Dominic Reuters, Theo Eriksson on row number 6, Thom Reinarts and Arnold Dominko in 13th and 14th. Marius Christiansen and David Faltzus are running 15th and 16th for this one. 17th and 18th, Boris Rogala and Maximilian Turillian, while Maisadar and Melvin Izinga round out the overall top 20. Rito Kamata and Simon Hegley will be on row 11, followed by Farron Mega and Patrick Snoz Lockmelis. 25th and 26th, Keanu Al-Hazari and Alexander Renner, while the final row will be Sondre Norheim and Dimitri Malaka. 3 non-starters from earlier in the weekend, Mete Argan, Simon Birch-Christens and Valentin Klus taking no further part in this weekend. My apologies, actually Alexander Renner is the non-starter while Mete Argan has been bumped up to 28th. So it's Argan who is a non-starter, or who is starting, while Alexander Renner is the non-starter. So 28 karts, 14 laps. Front row is going to be Renhofer and Stolkemanes. Sugar and Reisenberger on row 2. Will Sugar be able to get up the inside of Stolkemanes at the start? That's been the pattern thus far this weekend, although we saw in the last race that you can take the lead from the outside of the front row if you play your cards right, and Stolkemanes has been great all weekend, but he's had a bad start there, a really bad start, and that's allowed Sugar into second. That's put Stolkemanes down to the fringes of the top 10, I think. However, no question of who's at the head of the field, it's Renhofer. However, Daniel Sugar immediately looking for a way pass. Blocking the inside line then is Renhofer, then takes a sweeping line around the hairpin, and he's done his job very effectively there. He forced Daniel Sugar onto the brakes, put him into the clutches of, I believe, the number 112 of Henson, who's gone out wide there. It was the 112 of Henson in third, but he's gone wide and effectively yielded to Jenic in the 114. The field shuffling through the final section of the circuit then. Renhofer from pole in the lead. Sugar 0.7 back after being effectively curtailed by Renhofer at the hairpin last time by. Now, where is our other front row starter, Stolkemanes? The answer is 4th, so he's actually not as far back as I'd expected. Someone else off track there. That looks to be the number 130 of Sokolov. So Sokolov falls down to the back of the order from the fringes of the top 10. Renhofer it is who leads. Sugar in second. Jenic in third with Stolkemanes, who started second, down in 4th. We start lap number 3. Towards the first chicane they go. Renhofer, Sugar, Jenic, who's looking pretty racy. I think it's worth saying that Jenic has been, I'd say, rather anonymous so far this weekend. He's never been right at the front. However, from 7th place, he's now in 3rd. 3 laps of the 14 completed. We could be on for something here. Stolkemanes has dropped down to 5th position. Henson back through into 4th after that off-track moment. Sugar has caught up Renhofer once more. It looks like Sugar may have more pace, lap on lap. There was a 7/10 deficit at the end of lap 1, and that has been shrunk comprehensively by Daniel Sugar. Stolkemanes back through into 4th there. Good move at the inside of the hairpin. Henson back to 5th. He's going to be kicking himself that he made that mistake early on. Out wide. But he'll still battle hard to try and get back past Stolkomanis, if at all possible. Sugar then. Currently in 2nd position. Holding station behind Renhofer. Jenic in 3rd. Up the inside there went Jensen. And he's made it stick. Or Henson rather, my apologies. Henson through on Stolkomanis. Jenic didn't get the best run off of that last turn in 3rd. Potentially someone else for Henson to try and attack. He's now into 4th. What can he do to maybe get further up the order? Stolkomanis in 5th. This is about as low as Stolkomanis has been all weekend long. It's very surprising that he didn't get that start right. Some kicking up of dust there from our leader Renhofer. Defensive line there from Jenic. That's going to put him further back. Indeed, we now have, look at that train for 3rd position. Keep an eye on that one. There they are, the 114 at the head of the field. But for how long? The 112 Henson up the inside and through for 3rd. Can Stolkomanis capitalise in 5th? Jenic slipping down then. Down to 4th position at the behest of Henson. Henson, who started 5th, now up to 3rd. Jenic taking a defensive line again. That didn't work for him last time, and Stolkomanis through into 4th. Jenic leaking positions now. Now Stolkomanis will try and catch back up to Henson and battle for 3rd in this one. Jenic having half a look down the inside there. He's still got to worry behind him, because next up is the 132 of Reisenberger, Marcel Reisenberger. So Reisenberger with a very good performance, currently running 5th. Pretty simple pre-final. Where you finish in the race is where you start in the final. At the moment, some of these drivers some way further up than they were earlier on. Reisenberger in 4th at the start of the race, so he's dropped down to 6th on the start, but he could still make up another position here at the expense of Jenic in 5th. Stolkomanis has rather gapped Jenic in the 114. So we see other carts go rattling through there, but there's our leaders. So we're back on the leaders now. Let's keep an eye on them. It's actually Sugar who's got through, so I think it might have been at the first corner, actually, off camera. That would have been very brave. I wish we'd seen that. Daniel Sugar up the inside and has made the move for the lead. That, of course, will put him on pole position for the final later on. However, Renhofer isn't going to go quietly. You can guarantee that. The top two then, bumper to bumper. Lap 10 of 14. Hop one curb, hop the other. A little bit of a look up the inside, rather suggestive from Renhofer. Henson in 3rd, not a million miles away either. If these two drivers get into each other or hold each other up significantly, you could yet see Henson from 5th place fight for pole. Stolkomanis there or thereabouts as well. Could become a four-way battle yet. Sugar, though, in the lead. Crosses the line. Leads a lap for the first time in this race. Lap 11 of 14. Drive away from the paddock, through the first chicane, towards the hairpin, where so much overtaking has been done this morning, and indeed throughout the weekend in the qualifying heat races yesterday as well. We also brought you that live here on the Camp Company YouTube channel. Prime source of live karting action. Make sure you follow us on YouTube, subscribe to us for more of this. It's going to be Renhofer who's going to challenge Sugar this lap by the looks of it. He's welded to the rear of Daniel Sugar's kart. Less than 3 laps remaining. Renhofer will realise that if there is a time to do it, it's now, but he'll also realise, as he takes a defensive line there, that he has to worry about Henson, who's thoroughly caught him up in 3rd position. Daniel Sugar won't worry about that. If he's run some slower laps and put Renhofer into the sights of Henson, he will not worry about that in the slightest. That's all to his advantage. Henson then, who's had a brilliant race, currently running 3rd. We start the penultimate lap. Will there be any more changes in the order? Look like there may have been an incident further back. We'll see if all the karts continue on their way. Indeed, Reinhardt's and Sokolov have both dropped down the timing screens. Hopefully they both carry on. If not, we could see a yellow, but I think we're okay. The top 4 now, all very much running together. Solkamanis gesturing frantically. He wants to keep going. He wants to get further forward. There are the yellow flags. And indeed, Reinhardt's taking no further part in this one then. The 116 of Reinhardt's you see there out of the race after that contact with Sokolov further back off, not quite off camera. Final lap, Sugar from Renhofer. Top 4, Linus Stern, Stolkamanis at the back of it. Henson looking to the inside. He's made the move. Sugar's been spooked by that as well. Brilliant move by Henson to get into 2nd place. He's taken it from Renhofer, but Renhofer isn't going to take that one easily. He's not going to take that lying down at all. Can he do anything here on what is usually the final overtaking opportunity? No, he cannot. I think that Henson has booked his front row start for the final in the Minimax. But we know who's going to be on pole. It's Daniel Sugar who celebrates there. Henson, Renhofer, Stolkamanis, Reisenberg and Reuters, the top 6. Jenic crosses the line for 7th with Wirtz, Turillian and Janowskis rounding out the top 10. Dominko, Al-Azhari, Eriksson, Lokmelis, Regala among the cars we all see coming, or the karts rather, coming through. Linus Stern to finish the race. Ezinga 16th, Lackner 17th. Sadar in 18th, Hegley in 19th, and Kamata rounding out the top 20. We'll see the full results on the screen in just a second. The only non-finisher eventually was Reinhardt's, unfortunately, in the 116, so he'll start towards the back of the grid for the final. But on pole, it will be Daniel Sugar for that one. Henson in 2nd. And so there's the order in full. Sugar, Henson and Renhofer, the top 3. Stolkamanis will join them on row 2. Marcel Reisenberger at the front of row 3.